Yes. Here. Coach, if you just want to open general comment and take questions.
Well, the big thing is I thought the difference in the game was that probably that last 4 minutes of the first half, 25-20. And Butler goes on that 14-2 run, which gave them separation. I thought we battled. We're playing very hard at that time, just not very smart. We got some rhythm shots. During that stretch, the ball didn't go in, and then we started pressing a little bit and started quick shooting. One of our keys coming into the game, we knew we couldn't quick shoot against Butler because of two reasons. One, they're so good defensively, so sound, and then offensively, they do a nice job of not turning it over and valuing the ball themselves. So we felt if we got into a quick shooting contest, that would allow them to get some separation, and that's exactly what happened in that last 4 minutes of the first half.
Coach, I would assume that letting Kellen Dunham shoot was not part of your scouting report. How frustrating is it from your end to see, you guys were tight with 4 minutes to go in the first half. He gets going, Butler gets going, and then it's out of reach.
Well, I think, one, that shows you how good Kellen Dunham is. 6'6", his ability to make shots, and that was a big comment in our scouting report. He's 6'6", shot maker. I mean, he can, off the bounce, jump over top of you, but shoot deep threes on the dribble. He's just a very talented offensive player, very heady player, and very efficient at what he does. But you're right. That's what we talked about at halftime. Him and Marshall, we said you can't allow their best two players to beat you, and that's exactly what happened. Their best two players beat us in that first half. I think they had 19 and 11. They had 29 of the 39 points maybe. So they did their job as their top two players, and they went out and established themselves. But you're right. He's that talented. It's hard when you got that kind of length and a guy guarding is 6 foot. But our guys battled, but his patience and ability to score in a lot of different ways throughout the course of the game really gave us problems.
Coach, the hole is too big to overcome there in the second half, but the guys didn't relent. Can you just speak to that?
Well, I mean, that's what our guys usually do. They're usually the underdog in most of these games. That's why I'm proud of them. I mean, how they competed, I think they cut a 30-point lead to 13, whether Butler relaxed a little bit, but we turned them over 17 times, which I want to say they average maybe 10 to 8 turnovers a game, so that's a positive. But that's just our guys. They got to learn how to play that hard, but be smarter offensively and be more unselfish offensively and trust that by moving the ball, they're going to get better shots.
Brian, is that the first time you've pressed that much?
Yeah, I mean, we had to. It's more about, again, because they're so patient offensively, they're going to, with that kind of lead, they're going to milk the clock and try to get a great shot. So we had to try to force their hand a little bit, and we batted a couple loose, knocked it loose, and made a couple shots, missed a couple gimmies inside that could have made it even closer. But I think the press did what we needed to do during that time.
Coach, just seen on your guys' website where you were doing a press conference, and you talked about that Butler was the type of program that you kind of look up to, sort of. I mean, what makes this program so special?
Well, the people. I coached Brandon his freshman year at Southwest Missouri State, so I've known Brandon a long, long time. Brad before that a long time. They do things the right way with good kids who do things the right way, blue collar, unselfish kids, and I think where we're located in Grand Forks, North Dakota, that's what our community is all about too, and just learning how to win with good kids, being selfless, sacrificing for one another, but just coaching the right way, recruiting the right way, and being humble about the way you go about your business.
Coach, this wasn't the first big road game for you guys. You've already played Wisconsin and Oregon. What kind of things are you hoping that they'll take away from these games as you guys go into Big Sky Conference play?
Well, obviously, we've played just like Butler. We played a heck of a schedule. It hasn't been easy, but we're an older team. They were ready for that. They wanted that, but it's just understanding how well you have to play against quality teams, how hard you have to play, how disciplined you need to play offensively and defensively. But when we've played well and competed and defended at the level we should be, we've been able to compete with Oregon. We've been able to compete with Wisconsin and even Butler at times, but it hasn't been for 40 minutes. It's been for 10, 12, 20, 25 minutes. It's never been for 40. So we got to learn that against the teams we need to beat in the Big Sky, especially, it's got to be a 40-minute process.
Now, what was the issue with Cole Steffen's uniform? I noticed he didn't have the name on the back of his jersey.
So, well, at our level, we have to order our uniforms. He decided to come to our school the first day of classes. He was just going to go to school. He transferred from Green Bay, and Nike is it's just a slow process getting his jersey in. So
Still a good production, though, from him and the rest of the bench.
To his credit, he's just getting healthy. He's had a hamstring problem, and he's just getting in condition. Once he gets into shape and game ready, he'll really help us.
And Brian, talk about, you've been here before as a coach, but kids haven't been here. What about the atmosphere and the experience?
Well, it's one, I take a lot of pride in exposing our guys to great traditions, great venues here, KU. I've been to that I know that I have a lot of pride in it just as a coach and a player myself, and just this is what it's about. This is what college to me is about, exposing your guys to what tradition's all about. And it's sad that not a lot of guys, probably kids today, haven't seen Hoosiers. So it's sad, but it just shows you how old you're getting, or we're getting. But to me, when you walk in the building, when the fans are educated and they're basketball fans and they cheer for you regardless of who you are, if you put on a good show and compete and play, that's what it's about. That's what's so special about this place. And the good programs across the country are all like that.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.